Alrighty, what is up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mario Kart World Cup 2021. And oh boy, do we have a banger of a match for you.
Yes,
Team
indeed,
Italy
we
and
do.
Team Nordic battling it out for the top spot of group number 3 and for a guaranteed place in the upcoming group stages. It is your boy Squidz on the mic once again. And as I'm sure you are able to hear, I'm joined by the awesome Kevin. What is up, my dude?
What is up, Squids? I'm super pumped for today. After
Mhm.
casting Italy last night, or I think yesterday, or I think that was Friday. It's been at some point this weekend. We've already casted Italy, and I'm super excited to see what these two teams have coming into this match. Because I mean, they're both 2-0, and they've dominated their previous opponents in
Yes.
their group. And I mean, this could be looking like a preview for the next stage of the World Cup. Honestly, these are two high talent teams.
Most certainly. And as I said, the winner of this match is 100% guaranteed a place in the upcoming group stages next week, which will be the top 20. And before we did go live, we were just talking about possible scenarios, right?
Right?
Because
Yeah.
later today, I think we said Italy are going to be facing Team Ireland.
Yeah, Italy has
And
yet to face Ireland, and
yes,
Nordic has yet to face, I think, Colombia.
Colombia.
So
Yeah.
those are going to be after this match. Those are the final matches in this group stage for these teams, at least. And I mean, it's going to be a bit of a juggle to see who finishes out in first. And we were talking about Squids. There's a chance for Ireland, who is currently 1-1, to sneak into that top two in the group. Could you elaborate on that a little bit? Because we were chatting about that.
Uh, Are they 1-1 now? They're actually 2-1.
Oh,
That is
they're two and
why,
one.
yes, that is why Ireland do not count them out, because if Italy lose this match versus Team Nordic, and then if Ireland beat Team Italy later today, then that should, in theory, allow Ireland to sneak through into the group stages, which I'm gonna be honest, that would be pretty damn hype.
That would be super hype. And I mean, this is the right match to kind of set up that photo finish here in the group. Because I mean, these two teams for the play-in stage are pretty stacked. And honestly, there's probably been a bunch of conversation about how these teams are maybe underseeded or maybe felt kind of slighted that they're playing in the play-in stages when they've got a lot of veterans, a lot of underrated X factors, on their teams. And so, I mean,
Mhm.
who are you going to be looking for to kind of step up for either of these teams? Because I mean, I have my answers, but I want to hear yours first.
Yeah, if we just want to quickly go back to those lineups real quick, Dylan, for Team Nordic especially.
For
Uh,
sure.
Team Nordic, in my personal opinion, they are one of the most underseeded teams in the entire tournament this year. Because if you just look at this lineup, this six, we have Tomsu, Ruby, Perry, Hedgie, we have Pi, and we have Mikkel. Those are a lot of players who actually have quite a lot of high div experience. And I don't know what
Right.
seed Team Nordic were exactly. It was something like, I don't know, like seed 18, seed 19, which in my opinion is kind of ridiculous. Uh, I mean, even those subs as well, Dragmire, Mickey, and Swaggerly, they're already 2-0. Parishi holding down the fort with that MVP, as did not expect anything else. Let's go, my boy.
Right. And I mean, Parishi's honestly underappreciated. I have not seen much of him in, the past year, especially because we've taken a big break from the World Cup. But he averaging 121 in his matches against Ireland and Ecuador. So I mean, uh, him and Hedgie, the Swedish duo, I'm excited to see them pull through. And I mean, Nordic looking great from top to bottom. Italy has a lot of veteran leadership and a really strong roster. And these two teams have been mainstays in the World Cup for years. So I mean, this is a long historic grudge match, if you will.
Indeed. And I will just really really quickly go over the Italian lineup before we start as well. We have Dugo,
Right.
who of course is the captain for the team this year. We have Ricky, Akiko, Alex, Lorenzo, and Jimbo. And kind of similarly, we do have a couple players who have some high div experience. Dugo, of course, playing for high definition, undoubtedly one of their strongest players. So I'm
Definitely.
expecting him to have a lot of front to show a lot of front presence and be holding down those top spots. And other players as well, like Akiko and Alex, they have a high to mid div experience as well with Yoshi Family, Dynamite, and Equivoke too. So I'm expecting good things
sure.
from those as well as we go into race number 1. Place your bets, folks. Team Nordic versus Team Italy as we go into Mario Kart Central. Not Mario Kart Central,
Mario Kart Stadium.
Mario Kart Stadium, bro.
We are here on Mario Kart Central, but yeah, I mean, this coming out off the bat from Italy. And I mean, what do you think the mindset is with picking Mario Kart Stadium? Like, what kind of track pick is that to start off the match?
I mean, that's kind of a good question because Mario Kart Stadium it can be very easy to front run, which is what Tomsu is going to attempt to do, as he does take a interesting Nisk there, but
he got the job done though.
It did in fact get the job done. That's what's most important.
Rookie and I were talking when we were watching Italy and Colombia about, I mean, this track and all of the driving strategies that have been developed, especially since the last time we had the World Cup in 2019. I mean, the motion glider strats, all these like shortcuts that can be manipulated with, you know, the motion glider. And I think this track is a good example of it. And I mean, if you have your driving lines down, like Tomsu's trying to prove here as he's cruising along at first, I mean, you know, you can get some separation. And I mean, that's really good for Nordic to start off here.
Yes. Oh, that banana almost taking out Tomsu. Good reaction times to break and cancel the drift. As Dugo, as we said, he's gonna be looking for that front presence, and up he comes into second place, looking to take out Tomsu.
We might have a captain's battle here.
We might, and that bomb's gonna be a huge pull, huge pull for Tomsu in the humble box. Dugo still in second, I think, but look at this pack. The blue shell coming in from a ghost in 12th. This is most certainly going to connect with Tomsu.
He's going to go over the shortcut here, get the glider boost, though. Not as bad of a hit as he could have. He gets stuck in the dirt here. Oh,
and that's Mikkel.
Second.
Mikkel as well. His teammate overtaking was going to be a top 2-4, but also a bottom 3 for Team Nordic.
Wow. And I mean, goodbye Italy to hold back Nordic in the bottom 3, because I mean, they were in control of the front there, almost losing first to Italy there, but Tomsu able to clench his cheeks there. That was really well played.
Yeah, and top 2-4 is a guaranteed winning race. So that's a +2 for Team Nordic. The bottom 3 obviously does kind of suck when the rest of your team are up there, but hey, a winning race is a winning race, and not too bad of a foundation to start off of. But the question is, where do they go from here? Because I would expect Italy to go something like Twisted Mansion or Electrodrome. I would guess Twisted Mansion with all their middle spots. But with top 2-4 and then nothing else, where do Team Nordic opt to go?
And I mean, I think that was a Nordic pick. Or yeah, that was an Italy pick. Sorry. And I mean, Dolphin Shore was pretty expected from Italy there, as they've got all the middle spots. Drafting is going to be big here these first couple straights. And I mean, if you're Nordic, you got to hold on to those top spots. Maybe some play there between their top 2. You know, some drafting plays.
Yeah, Dolphin Shoals, Electrodrome, you know, same thing. You get drafts very, very easily at the start of the race, which is what Team Italy will be hoping to do as Alex comes in with these triple bananas. Gotta watch out for drafts as well with those. Yep, still holding on to them in third place, as both Mikkel and Tomsu very wise to go on the right path to avoid as much carnage as possible.
And while he's holding on to second pretty nicely here, he's got some protection. He's got a red shell here. I'm interested as to why he used his shroom so early at the start there, because he had a chance to really create some separation. I mean, he's already doing it regardless, so there's nothing to complain about. But I mean, yeah, top 3 here for Nordic, and they're gonna try to run this one. It looks like. Yeah,
and this top 3 was only possible with the trail after the eel from Tomsu. We don't exactly know who he connected with, but we do know is that is a top 3. Well, make that only a top 2 now, as Parishi unfortunately
blue shell coming out in the distance.
Yeah, and you can. They're trying to make some sort of play with trying to land on these boost panels here, but I think it's not really going to work out for them. And off the shroom, just a little bit too late for Tomsu. But hey, if another blue shell does come, then he's set, because Mikkel is still in second. I say that, I think he actually may have been taken out. So
yeah, he's got to be careful. If an Italian member is behind him, he might be taken out by some reds here. But if he's got Nordic backing him in 2-3, then this could be a very good race for him. Oh yeah, uses his shroom, so that might be Italy in second. He just wants some protection.
Most definitely Italy in second, and that's not just second. I think that's actually 2-3-4, maybe even 2-3-4-5, as we do see Akiko chilling in last place, coming out momentarily. No horn just yet. And
Oh, there's the next
comes
blue shell.
this could be bad for Team Italy if there is a
He's
2
got to
3
hold
4.
onto that green shell for any follow-up reds, but it's looking to get him. Oh, he dives off. Well played. He's going to have to trail that green immediately, and he might be able to hold on to this.
Oh,
Dugo!
no.
The plays with the fire, and Dugo's going to absolutely steal first here.
Yeah, that fire was pretty much a dream pull for Dugo there. Either that
Wow.
or a horn, allowing him to get first place. And if his team is there to back him up, which I have a feeling they might be,
Okay.
kind of.
The 9, 10, 12, or the 9, 11, 12 isn't ideal, but definitely didn't fall apart there, that race. That will be an Italy advantage for sure, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, oh, Dugo, lap 3 there. Dugo, what I have learned from watching Team Italy is lap 3 Dugo is the most dangerous player in the world, I think. He is clutch. And I mean, we saw some crazy comebacks and some crazy plays at the end of the Italy-Colombia match, but I mean, couldn't expect less from him. That was well played.
And I mean, that is kind of, I want to say that's kind of expected when he has all this experience with playing against, simply put, the best in the world, as you said. It's kind of expected that he would be not only constantly at the front with his lines, but also being able to pull out these monstrous power plays like we just saw.
Right. And I mean, you can't discredit Tomsu either because his front presence has been, you know, I think Tomsu's in for a pretty hype match here.
Yeah, I mean, he's been front running both of these races so far. Unfortunately, of course, both the races he did end up getting taken out pretty much at the last corner, whether it be by a teammate or not. As you said, Cloud Top Cruise for race number 3. Similar to Mario Kart Stadium, quite difficult. Oh, that's
tough. That super bounce is unforgiving if you get bumped at all. And I mean, he's back in 12th now.
Yeah, I was just about to say as well, ironically, kind of difficult to lose your top spots once you get them. Although, of course, this is a lot more front run heavy track than Mario Kart Stadium. You know, bottom 3 right now for Team Nordic, it does kind of suck. But if it means you can pull a shock, it's not the end of the world as the Ghost going to steal a coin for Tomsu in 12th.
Well, yeah, and regarding the shock, one of the themes that we've been seeing, I mean, especially this year in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe World Cup, is how unreliable the shock can be sometimes. As I mean, it's not a guarantee. We know that compared to Mario Kart Wii. I mean, the shock is definitely not a guarantee if you're gone in last. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we saw a lot of that from Colombia, and we saw Peru and Central America yesterday or the day before. It kind of was a stalemate match for a lot of it, and no one was able to pull the shock and get a giant race. So I mean, we'll see if either of these teams, and I mean especially Nordic since they're in the back so much here, we'll see if they can pull it up.
Now we are seeing a few of Italy back here, it must be said, but you know, if I were to guess right now, I would say that Team Nordic are they're keeping most of the middle spots, which I think they've done a good job considering that they were bottom 3, maybe even bottom 4, halfway through lap 1. As that red shell is going to connect with Alex very nicely. The blue shell coming in for that Waluigi in first. Not quite sure who that is.
I think that might be Italy. Have we seen much of? I mean, there's a lot of Italy up in the middle spots here. We're not quite sure who that may be. We'll see here in a second.
These
possibly
triple greens could be huge. As but that plant is going to be even bigger, and a ghost as well. So these greens could literally do absolutely nothing. Akiko with the triple shrooms. Goodbye,
triple
son.
Reds in 4th for Nordic there. Dugo might be taken out, and they're going to need to be careful of a shock here. If there's any stars coming out, anticipating it. No dice quite yet. Not looking like it's coming out. And I mean, Tomsu going to defend his teammates in front of him. I mean, that's a 3, 4, 5 at least for Nordic.
Yeah, I think that's a top 2, though, for Team Italy.
Oh, no. 2 through 5. Okay. That's an answer right there.
Yeah, good job to Ricky for holding down first place, but the rest of his team just... I think we could see there were a lot of players who got taken out at the start of lap 3, and it's only right to assume, I think, that most of those were players from Team Italy.
Yeah. And I mean, a tough one on there for Dugo, biting the triple reds at the end, but Nordic able to come in waves here, and it'll be interesting to see what their track approach is here. I mean, what would you expect to pick for a 2, 3, 4, 5?
Well, obviously, Dolphin Shoals is off the table already.
Yeah.
Ice Outpost. You know, I actually kind of like this. It's kind of
Okay.
it's more so of a niche track pick,
We're gonna
but
see a niche track here regardless. I don't think I see Animal Crossing much.
yeah, Ice Outpost. You can get drafts just after turn one, and on that gigantic straightaway after turn 2/turn 3, but not like it really
Right.
matters if we are going to Animal Crossing. Now the question is, Kevin, are we going to see winter?
Winter, baby, give me winter. Come on.
Ah,
Oh, summer is about as vanilla as you can get, but oh
it's the
well.
complete opposite. It's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
We got summer, which kind of fitting. We are in mid to late June now, as the temperatures are starting to rise around the world to an extent.
For
This
sure.
red shell for Tomsu trying to trail, not quite going to connect with Lorenzo there. In fact, actually going to connect with Lorenzo's trail instead, as these triple greens could do some work. Goodbye Lorenzo, but also goodbye Hedgie.
Absolutely. And I mean, looks like Italy, excuse me, is moving up there in 2-3
Oh,
until Tomsu commits the deadly snipe. Ruby's now in third. And do we have an Italy top 2 right now? Because we do see Ricky up there as Ruby barely passing him.
ooh, Dugo. Nice job for slowing down to avoid that horn. And is there a shock in play right now for Team Nordic? We did see Tomsu slowing down, and there was someone else who slowed down as well. Granted, I think that was actually Team Italy who slowed down
Yeah,
with
and if there's
Tomsu.
a shock in play right now, the glider we just watched is probably one of the deadliest target shock spots here, because if you miss those item boxes because of a shock off that glider, you don't get a set until the final set right here, and you could be
Yeah.
so far gone at that point that it doesn't even matter. So we'll see how this lap 3 plays out.
Yeah, speaking of
Tomsu
that
with a
set,
bill.
though, Triple Shrooms and a Bill, not a bad pull at all, especially if there is a shock in play. Got some people in, some dodges, and Tomsu is going to have invincibility for pretty much the rest of the race, but he's going to be forced into his Bill early.
Doesn't seem like Nordic has a shock because they weren't able to coordinate their dodges there, and Tomsu has a big opportunity here. Italy in first going to be taken out, and Tomsu's going to clutch out this finish. If he doesn't, I'm pretty disappointed. Looks like he's got this one in the bag. We'll see who finishes behind him. Looks like Dugo in second.
Oh, that back spam, though, did connect with someone on the line. Who did it connect with, though? Dugo, we did see in second? No. Dugo taking second. It's going to be a 1-3-5, however.
I'm checking the stream right now to see if he hit. I think... I'm not quite sure. All I saw was the mini-map, but I mean... Well,
it was a
good item management at the end there for Tomsu. Jeez.
Yeah, that was quite an intense ending.
I mean, yeah. So we didn't see the shock there, which was interesting. I mean, no one seemed to be too far behind, and I mean, this has been a majorly shockless war so far. Have we seen any big dodges?
Not really, no. And that kind of is representative in the overall score right now. It's only a plus 14 right now for Team Nordic after 3. So still anyone's game, especially with 9 races to go, as Team Nordic opting to go for Mount Wario. They are going to get the track pick as well, I think.
Right. And this one's going to be interesting, because lap 3 on this track, or section 3 at least, can warrant some big plays. And I mean, like we said, shock, not something you rely on in this game. Not always old reliable, but we'll see if Tomsu can get a run going here, because he's got some good positioning in first. No teammates behind him, though. So, I mean, section 1 could be a little dangerous.
If he gets redded out right at the start, this could be trouble for Team Nordic. No protection, as you would expect from the first set. Banana being thrown up, that's gone wide, I think. Also, excuse me, this is actually race 5, not race 4. So, got 8 races to go.
Yeah, if Tomsu can squeeze into that double box in section 2, he's looking to try to create some separation in first. And that was a well-played section 1. Nothing really going too wrong there. And I mean...
but now... Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I was just going to elaborate on how Tomsu is just carrying right now. Jeez. No, I mean, putting Tomsu in first, I think, I mean, especially with how well he's playing right now, I think is the move. So if you can just get him in first and get him the tracks to, at least solidify first place. The rest of the room can do their job because, I mean, we haven't seen, crazy coordination from lightning bolts, and I mean, the blue shell count is not quite that high yet, so we'll see, but he's cruising right now.
I mean, you say that, how many times have we seen Tomsu get blued, and how many times have we seen him get fired as well? First Dugo, and now whoever that was, I can't even see. It was Dugo again, oh, of course it was.
Absolutely. And I mean, this pack is so close, I would count no one out of this race yet, and I think it's going to be all about who can get what items here, because I mean, this is close.
Lots of chaos as we go into the final section of Mount Wario. This pack is very, very tight and just getting hit a couple times. First down to 10th for Tomsu.
Make sure he gets a box here. He's got to go for the single. Triple shrooms might get him a spot, maybe. There's another. Dugo has fire again? Oh my word!
My goodness.
And Tomsu not going to get the benefit of that one, nor does Dugo, I'm pretty sure, because that man has had a fireball at least 10 times this race.
Still, though, 1-3-4-6.
Yeah, that still was a really good race for Nordic. His team able to come up for him there. Wow. That was close.
And you know what was interesting there? Going into that tree section, it was Tomsu in first and Mikkel in second. Well, guess where those two finished? They finished in bottom two.
It seems that I have jinxed fate there because that did not end up going too well for Tomsu. But I mean, the pack was so close; it felt inevitable in a way.
Yeah.
And I mean, considering it was that close, no blue shells came out, and I mean, looks like we're seeing Nordic create some separation here. It'll be interesting to see how Italy responds, especially if they get Ribbon Road. I know Dugo's pretty proficient on Ribbon Road, considering he's an HD, but we will have PK Jungle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, but being a part of high definition, I wouldn't expect anything else.
The Ribbon Road fandom is alive.
Ribbon Road, the dentist fandom, is alive as we go into race 6. DK Jungle will be the track.
This is another track. This is another track that will warrant a really close pack, so it'll be interesting to see if this race plays similarly to Mount Wario.
Gotta watch out for bumps at the start. And triple bananas, whoever that was who got taken out.
Oh, certainly. Oh boy. Not quite able to get that bounce there, and so he'll fall back into 6th, but the draft keeping him in the game here gets the double box.
Okay, I want to say it's looking like a lot of Italian players got bumped off around that Tiki section, so there's a lot, and with Oh,
the triple greens are going to be clutch here if he's able to hold it to Italy back. If that's his team in front of him.
Lorenzo getting taken out. This is all a Nordic around.
Nordic top 4 currently? Because Ruby's in 7th.
Dude, make that a top 5. Is that even a top 5-7? Right now,
that might Nordic. Just be a blue shell coming out. Nordic is definitely in first because that's not them in last.
Yes, and we can see Alex opting to go for that shock in last as, I think Hedgie might have failed the super bounce and fell off in 3rd there.
The items here for Tomsu, perfect for schlagging, and I mean, schlagging is a strategy just really revolving around holding the team back holding the opponent back when you've got all your team in front of you. He's going to be playing a lot of defensive. Okay, never mind. I definitely thought he was going to hold on to those, but he seems to be cruising here in 3rd. A lot of Italy behind him.
Greens, well avoided by Tomsu. He has this shroom to get. Oh my!
They're bouncing back. They're still alive. He's able to avoid them. In a top 3 here for Nordic.
Okay, I kid you not. I think one of those greens actually went over Tomsu's head, and that's another member from Team Nordic. Nordic. Pi this time, messing up his lines. Hopefully, the pressure is not getting the best of him. And there you go. He's going to get taken out. So only a top 2. What was once a top 5, only a top 2 with 3, 4, 5. Maybe even 3, 4, 5, 6 being held by Team Italy.
Separated here too. So if a lightning bolt comes out for Italy right here, then it might have an effect. But Dugo with the snipe. Was that him? And he's got greens here. Can he take out Tomsu? Tomsu falls to Dugo, and he is going to have a tough end. He's going to finish in 6th.
I think Dugo did get bombed on the line, but yeah, the top 2 6 for Team Nordic. Yeah, amazing job from Team Italy and Dugo. And you know that boomerang as well. That boomerang, if you look at the minimap, not only did that connect with Tomsu, but believe it or not, it even connected with Mikel in first as well, which
Oh
is
my goodness.
actually insane.
And I mean, Italy cannot be complaining about a 3-4-5-6 there, but the lead just continues to slightly grow for Nordic. And with how tight a lot of these races are, I would be a little disappointed if I'm Nordic that I couldn't hold on to that top 3, top 4. And I mean, Tomsu definitely had some schlagging opportunities there, but I don't blame him for what happened at the end. That was just a really great play by Italy.
Yeah, it feels like every single time Tomsu has gone down, it's almost always been courtesy of Dugo. So
Right. And
Dugo
he's got
pulling his
56
weight.
points after 6 races or
Yeah.
6 or 7 races. I
He
mean,
may, which isn't bad, but look at Dugo. Dugo is 57,
right.
one upping him literally.
Definitely. This is a battle of the captains here, and this is honestly what he expected for such a close match and such a like a high stakes match here. I mean, a lot of veterans, a lot of big plays happening right now.
All right, Ribbon Road is finally going to see some love as we go into the second half of this war. Team Nordic currently leading by, what is that, 26 points.
Right. And I mean, if Italy can, bank on Ribbon Road working to their benefit as they've got a top 2 here, if they can get, 10 or 12 points of that lead trimmed down here, they can try to ride the momentum.
That may have been an unfortunate team kill from Ricky going over those waves, as an Italian member did get trailed. I'm not entirely sure though, so I'm not going to point fingers just yet. The horn coming in from Pyrus onto Tomsu. Slight miscommunication there.
And there's 4 Italians in top 7 right now, if I'm not mistaken, because Ricky pulled up there, and I think one of his teammates made his way into first. So I mean, Italy might be trying to group run here if they can take out Tomsu, and they got Pyrus too up there.
Yeah, it's going to be another team kill as well from Team Nordic. Got to watch out with. And look, I don't exactly want to. Oh, red shell, Jesus. I don't want to blame them because this track is, for the most part, pretty tight. As Tomsu is forced to get rid of his shrooms there.
I mean, you've got a 26-point lead about halfway through the match. You don't want to let any team kill frustration set in, and as Tomsu is falling back. There is a blue shell coming out for Italy, though. So, I mean, a close pack regarding its Ribbon Road here. So we'll see if anything changes up there in the top. Dugo and Tomsu not having the greatest of times currently.
The blue shell has been dodged, though, by first place with a shroom.
For sure.
So a star and a shroom in 10th. I think Tomsu will be getting a mid spot at best here.
We see Hedgie and though. He's going to pass a few people. He's going to get 5th.
Wow, that's a pretty damn good pretty good scenario there. If you are Nordic, 2, 4, 5, 7, that's a fairly even race,
Right, and I mean, the 1-3-5 for Italy, even though it's not a dominating race, it sets them up pretty well for the next race. We'll see what they pick. I'm interested to see.
Yeah, that was a a
1-3-6-8, my bad.
Yeah, that race was a top 2-6, I believe. 3, 4, 5, was it?
I think it was 1-3. I think it was 1-3. I'm not quite sure because now you're making me doubt myself. But I mean, regardless of the specifics, Italy has a chance here to set themselves up for a big race. They have the people in the front now. They're there, and I mean, we see a Ice Outpost coming out. So I mean, coming back to this track, we'll see if they're able to make anything happen. And I mean, another technical driving track Ice Outpost is, and that does not matter anymore as we're going to Mansion. But we'll see if that comes out.
Again, and yes, it was a 1-3-6 for Team Italy, but that bottom 2 is going to give Nordic the advantage by 2 points, so extending their lead by ever so slightly, which that's not really what I think they're happy about. What they're happy about is they're getting a pretty even race, which is giving Italy less and less time to catch up.
Right, and I mean, people are mentioning in the chat the bottom 2 for Italy not helping really at all, and this lead just slightly grows, so a big race needs to be in the future for Italy here, as Tomsu's going to try to run this one again. Yeah,
not just the future, but the near future at that, as Tomsu is going to be holding this green shell in first place with his buddy Hedgie looking after him and keeping guard. But that green shell!
Well placed. If that was Italy, I was gonna assume that
No.
wasn't Hedgie.
That's the thing. Hedgie was holding a green. I do think Hedgie. Look, he's here. He's holding a green now. So
A bit of a mental mistake if
know.
that was him, but they're back in top 2, so I mean, I guess not too much to worry about as Alex trails Dugo closely, and Tomsu dispenses of him quickly.
But Dugo again, the Tomsu killer, the Tomsu slayer. As my
dear,
let this guy play the game. Good God.
And I mean, this is interesting now because bottom 3 is very far separated. A bullet coming out from Tomsu. We have an Italian and a Nordic member back there. And so, I mean, should Italy go for the shock if they're this far behind? I'm interested because they are down by 24 and the lead is not shrinking currently.
I mean, Italy, I think, are holding a few of those top spots because that's you're right there, Tomsu. Yeah, he seems to be fine. Never mind, he's not fine. He's not
Chaos
fine.
Ball Tomsu right here.
Yeah, that Donkey Kong at the front, that is Lorenzo for Team Italy, and that
and a blue shell coming out immediately. Tomsu managing to get blued in 9th too. So
this is a top 3, maybe even a top 4 for Italy right now.
Oh, they dodged it.
We know Dugo is up there in 2nd, maybe 3rd. That star from Ricky is going to do a little bit of damage.
2 Italians in 10-11 though.
Yeah, there's most certainly at least one Team Nordic member up there, but Lorenzo is going to be holding down the fort in 1st place, getting those 15 points. Tomsu's going to be getting the complete opposite, just the 1. And yeah, there you go, Lorenzo and Dugo, but top 2, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And I mean, that's a losing race, yeah?
It is, yeah.
Oh, man. And I mean, Italy getting people in the top, but not, I mean, no more than 2 or 3 people at a time, because we've seen that time and time again this match. I mean, the bottom spots, people forget how detrimental bottom spots may be. Because after a race, you would immediately look at the top and you see, oh my god, Italy top 2, and then you scroll down, it's all Nordic. And I mean, Nordic holding on to those middle spots there very well, and it's going to be about damage control now if you're Nordic.
Right.
I mean,
I have good news and bad news about that race. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
The good news is that it wasn't a losing race. The bad news is that it was a tie race, which means it may as well have been a losing race.
I mean, with 3 races left, that is a loss for Italy. I mean,
exactly.
You know, out of Twisted Mansion, that I would pin that up. You know, you got to get a big race here. We've got 4 more races to go, and I mean, the panic probably kind of starting to set in for Italy. They really do want to clinch. You know, go ahead.
28 points. You can make that up in 1 race. I'm not going to say you can make it up easily because, well, Team Nordic are showing their strengths, no doubt. But 1 race is all they need. And Piranha Plant Slide is most definitely a track you can do that on. Alternatively, Team Nordic can do just the same to you.
Interesting.
So we'll have to see.
What about Piranha Plant Slide makes it good for those big races? I'm curious because I have no idea.
Well, not only is it really easy to front run if you get into those top spots early, but also just the shock factor on this track. You can't really ignore it with this glider section that you're going over here.
Definitely.
So, yeah, we'll have to see. As Pyrus does find the short end of the stick in that that little transaction between his boomerang.
And the pack remains so close right now as Tomsu falling again.
1 for 1 though, as a member from Team Italy falling also.
And I mean, we do see Italian members making up at least, you know, 2 of those top 4 spots.
Yes.
We do see a me, and that is definitely Italy, but not the greatest idea of who is exactly where.
I mean, oh no. That plant from, I think, Hedgie that was. And if it, oh no, it was either someone in a ghost or it was Pi. Dude, I mean, I don't want to like keep calling out team kills if they weren't actual team kills, of course, but so I'm just going to keep my trap shut for now. But what I do know is that I'm pretty sure Team Italy are holding quite a lot of these top spots as Tomsu goes into a star now, which would suggest no shock for Team Nordic.
This is where moves are going to be have to be made if you're Italy. They seem I mean, now that using context clues, they seem to be up there. Tomsu just biting the dust on every turn here. Unfortunate for Tomsu. Now, Mikel is in last there, so I mean, oh, and Pi. This
Yeah,
could be a
this
huge
is
race for Italy. Hold up.
what did I tell you, dude? That's, I believe, a bottom 4 for
You
Team
might have
Nordic.
read the cards pretty well, and I mean,
but
is that another tie race?
that is, no, I
wait,
don't.
let me look at the results real
No,
quick.
no,
Oh my
it's not.
goodness.
It's not the same, but it's similar. There is a winning race for Team Italy. Obviously, if you're Team Italy, you're a little bit bummed out that you cannot get those top 2 out because, as we know, top 2 is 27 points, and you only need 42 points for
It
a
was a
tie
top
race.
it was a top 2 bottom 4 now that I'm looking at the stream again.
Yes, it was.
And I mean, you can work with that if you're Italy, but I mean, you gotta make the play. You're setting up races, to get a big race. And I mean, that's, a pretty good way to set it up. I mean, you've got top 2 Nordic, you're able to draft, maybe you're able to, L spam them out of top 2, but we're gonna see, because the lead, did that shrink the lead for Nordic?
It
For
did,
sure?
yes. That was a +8 for Team Italy, so
Okay.
only 20 points the differential now as we go into Water Park.
Water Park, interesting. We're seeing tracks we don't see that often, or at least I don't see that often, because Water Park, Animal Crossing, I'm liking this. Representation all around.
Good vibes as well.
Definitely. So I mean, yeah, 20-point deficit for Italy. It's 379, 359 with 3 races. This match is definitely not over. And as much as it feels like, nothing's budging right now, Italy's got a big opportunity here with 3 through 7 or 3 through 8 it was. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see if Tomsu can catch a break here too, because he is just not having it anymore.
Yeah, not having the best of luck, let's say, but Akiko is going to bite the dust fairly quickly. It did look like Lorenzo did also, but just lag. Which, hey, that helps Tomsu because he can pick up some phantom coins.
For sure. And Tomsu
opting!
no, and nothing is going for this man.
Dude,
Tomsu. Oh dear. And there is a blue shell coming out, and I think that might be hitting Team Nordic up in there. Is that Team Nordic in first?
I think so, because we did see Mikel opt to go left, opt to go wide, so.
Right.
Alright, a Boomerang in 7th with Alex around, that's not the worst. Pi is still holding on to these triple reds, can't really use them. That Boomerang just off the mark as above the sea level we go.
Going into top 3 is absolutely gone, so some possible item manipulation able to come out here from 4th through 12th, because I mean, Tomsu's got a star in 4th now.
And triple shrooms as well.
Yeah, if he can predict something or something can come out here for him, he might be able to pull up there, but looking to be a pretty decent race here for Tomsu.
Oh, but Mikel is going to bite the dust to Jimbo, but Jimbo likewise says goodbye.
Tomsu. He's on his way. Can he preserve his fortune? There's another fireball behind him. The shot coming in.
That is Perici with the fireball.
Italy is moving up, though.
Yeah, that is most certainly an Italian shock. I think that did wonders for them. That shock.
Tough break for Tomsu, but Italy is going to shrink that lead even more, it looks like.
That was looking like a really good race for Team Nordic because it was Tomsu and Perici in top 2. Going into the last turn, Mikel did get taken out, but he was still somewhat up there, I think. And that target shocking Tomsu. I don't think it target shocked Perici because Perici still got 3rd, I think, 3rd or 5th.
Yeah, Tomsu was the only one to get shocked off that glider, just by the nick of his hair too. It was close, and I mean, just a little further back, and he would have been, with the pack at least. But well-timed shock for Italy in that case. That was very well done.
Yeah, I didn't actually realize but Italy, even with that shock, did get bottom 2, which means Team Nordic almost reversing the PPS race. It's going to be a +6 for Team Nordic. So
interesting. Wow. So I mean, Italy with a big shock there. The shock finally comes out in a coordinated fashion, and Nordic, still able to edge them out. So, I mean, 2 races left. You got to go balls to the wall here if you're Italy, because nothing seems to be, just cracking this one open. And I mean, this is exactly what we expected from Italy and Nordic, as I've been saying.
Mm-hmm.
SNES Rainbow Road,
Well,
too.
look, if
Interesting.
it weren't for that shock, then rather than being down 26, Italy would be down by, I don't know, like 40. And
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
40 in 2 races, sure, it's doable, but it's tough. 26 points is a lot more manageable. And on a track like SNES Rainbow Road, where it's quite easy to front run, pretty much no shortcuts whatsoever, this will be interesting.
For sure. And I mean, Italy holding on to that first, a lot of Nordic behind them. The numbers game, coming into play here for sure as second place gets taken out for Italy. Tomsu has a chance to shroom ahead of the pack here, get up with his teammate and try to defend him up there. And he's got the items to do it here.
And look at the minimap. We do see Lorenzo opting to go for a shock in last place. So is Alex in 11th. So that I would not be surprised. Oh no! Again!
Oh, Hedgie.
Miscommunication from both Hedgie and Tomsu.
And I mean, Squidz, you keep calling it out, and I think that's, I think it's a respectable call out because that really turns the tide for Nordic here because Italy passed them in 2-3. So, I mean, Hedgie's going to have to hope he holds on to that first because he's got a lot to do right now.
Well, I don't know if you were paying attention to the right-hand side of your screen, but Hedgie did spin out in first. So that's not looking too good. The blue shell
coming out, yeah.
Hang on a second. There's a lot of dodges being held right now for Team Nordic.
I kind of feel like there's a lightning bolt in play. I think both teams kind of know it right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's a shot either in 11th or more probably 12th, courtesy of Lorenzo.
Tomsu has a chance here to, really get to the end here and dodge any shot coming in. He's going to chain it here.
And there it is.
That's exactly what Tomsu needs. And Nordic's all up there. That was a top 3 or 4 for Nordic. So this, assuming Italy does not turn the tables, looks like they got 2-3, could be big for Nordic going into the final race. We'll see.
First place is absolutely gigantic. And you see 2, 3, 5... 8, but again, another bottom 2 for Team Italy. Those bottom 2 really are hurting them.
Based off what you said last race, that might extend the lead just a little, maybe by 2 or 4 for Nordic. I'm not quite sure. I'm not a math guy, but...
Well, add them together, bro, and you get 6. 6 points in favor of Team Nordic that race, which means the differential is now 32.
Nordic will not budge.
Race. Yeah, if you're... I said this the last stream, last time I casted, but if you're, in this case, Team Nordic, you really do just want to cross your T's and dot your I's at this point. You've got to try and make sure there is a member of Team Italy at the back at all costs here.
Absolutely. And that's why momentum, especially at the end of this match, is such an important thing. You are playing full damage control right now if you're Nordic, and you're going to pick a track that, is short. So a lightning bolt's not going to come, with plenty of time left in the race. And I think these short tracks, Rainbow Road, on the other hand, is a very long track and could benefit Italy.
Dude, you know what this was?
What's up?
The rest of Team Nordic picked Trainbow, so N64 Rainbow Road, but I don't think the memo got through to Pi, who picked the other Rainbow Road, and that's what we're going with. And
yeah. Keep talking.
I will. Team Nordic. I don't know how I feel about this. Look, they are up by 32, but we know how jank this track can be, right?
I was going to say as well.
At this glider, not this glider, but this upcoming glider with this item set, you can easily pull shocks in 9th or 10th.
Yeah, and this team, or this pick, could bite Nordic in the butt. Italy has a really good opportunity here with, a 2-minute, 20-second track. They've got the glider, the jank glider. They, for all we know, could have a bunch of dodges right now. It's kind of up in the air right now. Tomsu's going to do his best to run this one because that's where he is at his best. And he's got teammates behind him. So Italy's making up a lot of those bottom spots as we can assume now.
Yeah, and once again, Alex is gonna be the one who is gonna be needing this shock because Tomsu is still holding on to first place. Mikel's spinning out in 3rd, which would suggest an Italian in 2nd.
Definitely, and pack is pretty close for Rainbow Road, but I mean,
Oof.
something could be coming out right here in those bottom spots for that double box.
Yes,
Tomsu's kind of going to just have to hope that he can run this one. If they can hold a blue here, especially,
Yep.
Nordic can, then, I mean,
It's over. Unless there's a
Yeah.
shock. Which I don't think there is, because Alex is activating his star. We do see some dodges being
Right.
activated in the middle of the pack.
Nothing
another
looking to
one.
be coordinated yet, so I mean, a shock would have to come out after lap 3. Glider!
Oh!
Apparently it's coming out right now! And
Okay,
we
so
will see who benefits from this.
that was a Team Italy shock, because
Oh.
you did see Tomsu opt to dive down,
First.
because he did try and predict it, but he was just off the mark, could not do it
First,
in
third,
time.
fourth, and fifth right
As
now.
All the
Squidz.
Italians are coming up now. This is what I'm talking about, Kevin. I do not like this track,
I mean,
because
Tomsu can benefit from this too.
that's a really good pull, a star and a golden. If he can get fifth, then it's just as long as there's an Italian member back there, which it does look like there is, because Akito's in
Hugo's gonna go
11.
down. Oh,
But
but
so is
Tomsu also
Tomsu.
does.
But it does not matter. Hedgie in 6th, Mikkel in 7th. Oh,
And Nordic is going to preserve this win by the tip of their fingers.
Oh.
Man, wow, that could have gone so wrong. The shot came in at the right time. 3 Italians dodging. They had 1, 3, 4 there. But Nordic and Tomsu able to clutch it out. And honestly, him running that entire race and able to pull out, 5th or 6th still was a miracle. And I really think Tomsu played as well as he could have, despite, only having 92. And only 92 is, I mean, kind of an overstatement, He played well.
yeah. Take a bow, Tomsu, and I did see that on the top left. You take that screenshot and post it to Twitter, because that is a good win against
I
Team
will
Italy,
retweet that.
the number 1 seed of this group. And now,
Wow.
Team Nordic, they are currently 3-0 after that win. They do still have to face Colombia, but regardless of how that match goes, Team Nordic are now guaranteed to finish in the top 20, as they have booked their spots in the upcoming group stage. So congratulations for that.
Congratulations, totally.
The issue for Team Italy right now, they are 2-1, which of course, that's not too bad at all. But against Team Ireland later today, who are also 2-1, that match is going to be do or die.
This group is coming down to the wire. And I mean, I'm glad we discussed this at the start of the match, Squidz, because Ireland is nothing to shrug off at 2-1 right now. And the final match between these two, their final match of this group, is going to determine, it sounds like, who moves on with Nordic, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, we got a big one coming up. And what time is that match?
That match will be 4 p.m. So that is... Oh, in fact, that's literally happening in, 10 minutes?
Is that?
It is. I don't know if it's being casted, though. I don't know if it's being casted.
Well, I think it should be casted. I'm not going to lie.
I might have to, just scroll up and check, because I don't think it is being casted.
I know.
It is not, no.
Is there anything we can do to switch that? Because, I mean, I think that match has lots of implications and deserves to be casted. I know Rookie and I, it sounds like we're going to be on the mic in, about 10 minutes. We're casting the next Honduras match, I think. I don't quite remember who they're playing.
I'm currently getting DMs from Rookie because, of course, it is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all dads out there.
Absolutely.
I'm getting DMs from Rookie saying that I might have to cover him for this upcoming match, which I will be around to do so. I will give Rookie, of course, the remaining 5-10 minutes if he does come back in time. But if not, then expect to see me stick around. And we will be casting Team Honduras versus Team Wales in just over 10 minutes, as stated. So if you're interested in that match, going to be another goozy, let's say.
Yeah, that match also is not something to shrug off either, because apparently, so it appears that, I think, Honduras is 2-1. Let me find these standings. Excuse me. Point is, the loser of this next match is going to be done. I think they're going to be eliminated. And so this is kind of a backs against the wall match. We've got a lot of good matches coming into this Sunday. So, I mean, regardless of what we cast, I think it's going to be big.
Indeed, and we're going to quickly wrap things up to give us a little break before we do go into this
For sure.
next one. So thank you all very much for watching. If you are interested in that Honduras-Wales match coming up shortly, do not go anywhere, and we will see you on the flip side.
For
Peace!
sure.